Hi everyone. Now let us see about volcanoes. Now and then we hear in news that there is a volcanic eruption and people in that area were experiencing extreme heat. Now let us see in the world how many volcanoes are there. But all volcanoes are not active. To be frank, the Deccan Plateau also came out because of a eruption. There was a massive earthquake and a volcanic eruption. It came into existence and now it is not dormant. It is a sleeping volcano. And likewise, many of the continents, due to plate tectonics, they came into existence. Now, if we see the active volcanoes, where they are located, how they came, now let us see what a volcano is. Here in this map, we are able to see all the red dots. In North America, the western coast, you will find many. South America, in west coast, you will find many volcanoes like a belt, and here and there you will find red spots. Because of these volcanic eruptions, these lands came up due to plate tectonics. The moment they came out and they got solidified. So you will find like this. Now here you will find all the um, volcanic mountains here. This is in Pacific Ocean, so we call it a specific ring of fire. I will show you what it is. Okay, next slide. So volcanoes, they are the openings in the planet's crust, Earth's crust, that allow molten rock, magma to come out and get solidified. All this is molten rock inside the Earth, and that will get solidified, and you will find sometimes you will find sulfur coming out, and sometimes ashes and cloud of volcanic ash will come out, and small stones also come out. We call them as volcanic bombs. And the place which looks like a cup, here we call it as crater. When we talk about the parts of the volcano, this is a crater. And the place from where it is coming to earth's surface, we call it as a vent. And the pipe through which the volcano is coming out, molten rock is coming out, we call it as a pipe. And sometimes lava flows out like this, excess due to excess pressure. Okay, and this volcano, it is in the conical shape, we call it as a cone. Okay, now gases trapped beneath to escape the forceful ejection of lava and gases often result in relief of planet surface. Okay, internally you will find intercompressional forces of the liquid and the metals and non-metals underneath the ground. When we look at the earth's surface, we think it is flat and everything is without movement, but you will find intercompressional forces underneath the earth's surface crust. So when there are forces, they cannot sustain and it comes out and gets solidified like mountains. And Himalayas are the young fold mountains which came into existence. Okay, and they appear in the form of a hill or a mountain. Now you see here what are the different parts of the volcanic eruptions. Due to Earth's crust, due to uh, earthquakes, you will find the plates. Here, lithosphere, it is the upper surface of the Earth. So sometimes they will be dividing, moving apart, and sometimes they will be coming closer. We call them as converging. If plates are moving closer to one another, we call it as convergent plates. If they are moving apart like this, we call it as divergent. Okay. Now you see here up to what extent from the Earth's crust you will find the liquid molten rock coming out. Okay. You can see the arrows here. They are just coming out and getting solidified. Okay. Here plate 2, plate 3. What is plate 3? It is not eating plate. Here you will find a ridge forming, Rift Valley ridges. I will be talking about valleys and ridges, how this will be forming. Let us see with pictures. Now, Earth's major plates. Which are the major plates? How it will be moving. Okay. Now, Philippines, you will find major earthquake area. Philippine plate, Indian Australian plate. This plays a major role in India's formation. The northern part of India was separated by TET Sea, and there were no Himalayas at that time. But in the due course, these Himalayas, when the earth moved towards the northeast, because of a massive earthquake, this India parted here and it went and reached the northern part. So TET Sea is completely gone, and volcanic eruptions, due to that, the molten rock came out and got solidified in the forms of folds. So young fold mountains came into existence. But here in this particular area, still you will find earthquakes. Very frequently it will be coming. It occurs very frequently, and geologists also say that every year, whenever there is an earthquake, 2 inches of Indian land goes under Tibetan plateau. Okay, so let us see about it also. Then another plate, we call it as Eurasian plate. Europe and Asia together we call it as Eurasian plate. Then North American plate, which came into existence because of the massive earthquake. And then you will find here Spain, then Pacific plate, okay, then South American plate, and then Antarctic plate. These are the major plates and how this plate movement comes. Okay, as I was talking in the previous slide, divergent. So divergent plates, they move apart and they create a valley like. Recently in news we were hearing about Africa. Africa is splitting from south to northeast, they said, because of the divergent plate tectonics. Convergent, they come together, okay, and the volcano comes out and gets solidified here. They transform one plate in one direction, another plate in opposite direction. They keep moving. Earth's crust is never still. It keeps on moving. And subduction. What is subduction? That also you must know. Subduction zones means convergent boundaries, where when the plates are moving together, they move in opposite directions and they come together and they form into subduction, convergent boundaries. Okay, one plate comes underneath the plate of another one. Okay, so tectonic plates converges with the second plate. That heavier plate dives beneath the other and sinks. So when there is a movement, it comes out and gets solidified of another one. Then we call it as a convergent boundary or subduction zone. Now here you see this magma rises through the crust forming volcanoes. Andes. Andes is the, in South America, this is the longest mountain chain ranges of earth. Nowhere you will find mountain ranges of this length. So these are also volcanic eruptions which got solidified, and you will find in South America. Andes in South America are the work of volcanic eruptions, newly formed one. In Japan, you see How many tiny, 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 kutti, kutti volcanic mountains are there? All these red ones, they are all volcanoes. Okay? These are the Japanese names in that language. Now, Pacific Ring of Fire. This is the very important point in volcanoes. See this place, this ring. We call this a Pacific Ring of Fire. Earth is round in shape. So, but here the map is shown with a flat 2D picture. So you will find South America and North America on the right, and Pacific Ring is shown like this. Okay, India is left side, because this is in a, if you just attach it in 360 degrees, then you will get on the right side. So all these countries in the Pacific, you will find Pacific Ring of Fire. Why they are called as Pacific Ring of Fire? In the Pacific Ocean, you will find volcanoes. Okay, so they are like horseshoe. You know horseshoe magnet? Horseshoe shaped, seismically active belt. Here frequently earthquakes will be occurring. Okay, and earthquake epicenters. Epicenters means from the place, the point of uh, transferring the quake. Seismic waves, we call it as epicenter. Volcanoes and tectonic plates boundaries that fringes the Pacific basin. All this area is under the influence of volcanoes. Okay. Next, let us see what is divergent boundary. Rift zone. Rift Valley, I was saying no in the previous slide. So this will be moving apart in different directions. See, rift. Okay, these plates move apart, creating space for magma to rise. So because of these plates moving in the opposite directions like this, away, you will find the volcano coming up, and volcano lake will be formed, and here and there you will find volcanic mountains. We call it as Rift Valley. Okay, so African plate is in the process of splitting into two tectonic plates, which I told you. See here, this is the African plate from Somalia. This is going to split like this because of the earthquake, and these plates are moving on either side. Nubian plate this direction, Somalian plate in the right side, in the east direction. So you will find a split in the middle. Okay, this is the reason. Then mid-Atlantic ridge, East African rift. This is what I was showing you. This is the shift which we are seeing in news frequently nowadays. So these plates move apart, creating space for magma to come out and get solidified. In the mid-Atlantic ridge, in Atlantic Ocean, you will find in the middle. Okay, that is mid-Atlantic ridge. So remaining things we will see in the next video. This is another video. You can click over it to see about North America and South America. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Continue to watch all the videos, all my videos. Thank you for your kind support. Watch the full video, and